This YCN segment is brought to you by M.J. Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Brett Franklin. And don't forget, you can check out Brett Franklin's show every weekday, 12 to 1 on the air, 94.5 FM, 1400 AM, 1230 AM, and online, 945ESPN.com. You can sit there if you're in the office, listen to the show, got the app. It's great. You can hear Brett every weekday. Usually has a rotating guest, right? I'm on Tuesdays. You got all kinds of people.
We got a whole cast of characters, to say the least.
That's true. And then I'm sure they're talking draft this week. You'll have one more chance to give us your mock draft, but we'll try and get a little bit here the night before the draft. Do you like it how the NFL does it? Maybe 2-3 years now. They have round one on Thursday night. That's all. And then two, and then they go through Saturday.
I'm a traditionalist. I like it all on
piled
one.
out.
It was 2 days before, right?
Right, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. I prefer the old way of doing it, but it's all about money. It's all about trying to make the NFL, a 12-month sport at this point. But, there's a lot of intrigue. I'm kind of one of those people. I don't go on Twitter. I don't let people ruin it for me. I like the element of surprise. And I think there'll be a lot of surprises coming up in this draft.
Well, there are going to be a lot of surprises, and we'll get right started with the first one. The Browns, obviously the number 1, the number 4 pick.
How do they screw it up this time? Is the biggest question.
How will they? I'm sure they will. But there was a lot of talk yesterday in the last 24 hours that maybe Baker Mayfield is in their discussion. Do you think there's any truth to that, or is it just them doing their due diligence or sending the smoke screen, or where do you see them going number 1?
Yeah, I think the Browns know who they want,
yeah.
And this is just throwing out a lot of smoke screens. I know we heard the Patriots were interested in Baker Mayfield, and I think that was a little bit of throwing some misdirection out there. But Cleveland should draft a quarterback. I think they will. I think it's going to be Josh Allen out of Wyoming.
Wow,
I do think he'll go number 1. And I'm not saying he's the right guy.
Right. You're saying who do you think they will pick?
Cleveland missed out on Carson Wentz, and a lot of it was because he plays at North Dakota State. He's a 1AA or FCS, whatever they're calling it these days, player. They can't pass up on another guy because he played at Wyoming. Now, do I think he's the best quarterback mechanically out there? No. His completion percentage over the past couple of years has really decreased, even in college. And, you talk about the competition that Wyoming has played as well. That's another thing to worry about. But I think they do go Allen at 1. What do they do at 4? I mean, the Giants don't even know what they want to do at 2. Do they draft a running back? I know we have a lot of Giants fans here in the Twin States. I think they should stay away from a running back. But there are a lot of questions. And again, everything, the Patriots have on their big board all has to do with what these first 10 teams do here in this NFL draft.
Yeah, and the Patriots in kind of a rare position for them with 2 draft picks in the first round. We'll talk about their strategy next segment, but sticking here, do you think this is the year maybe Cleveland can get it right? They have 4 picks in the first, 4 in the first 35 picks. So even if they only get 50%, they still got 2 picks that they've hit on. I mean, they can't screw this up.
Yeah, I mean, how many years have you said that, though, Jeremy? I mean, they have screwed it up every year. Until I see it, I'll believe it. I just think the Browns are a terribly run organization. I think the owner is not really in tune. They brought in some baseball guys to run a football team. I don't really know. You might as well have brought Kevin Costner in for real to run the team if you're going to do that. I don't see they might get a quality guy at that 4 spot, but if they go Josh Allen, I'm just not really big on that pick, but the Browns will screw it up, Jeremy. It's just who they are. It's in their DNA.
And they might not even get all 4 picks because there's been talk as of late that maybe trading that number 4 pick and taking that number 1 pick as at a quarterback and then maybe trading 4. Then they got 2 early picks in the second round. So who do you trust on your big board for QBs? You said Allen, number 1 to the Browns, who you think they'll take, but who do you trust? I mean, you've got question marks all of them. Allen, Darnold, Rosen, Baker Mayfield, I mentioned. Even Lamar Jackson might go in the first round, probably will.
Yeah.
Who do you trust the most?
Yeah,
or does it depend on what system they go to?
I think Darnold's the better player,
the
better quarterback. Had a good season out of the Pac-12. Rosen, I've just heard a lot of rumblings off the field, not getting in trouble, but just a really kind of an arrogant kind of, kind of a guy. So he might be a little bit. And, Baker Mayfield, I just don't see him being a pocket passer type of quarterback. So out of all the quarterbacks, I'll go with Sam Darnold. But I don't think this is as stellar as a class of quarterbacks that everybody's making it out to be.
And there's just a lot of them, it seems like.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that there's the
There'll
quality.
be some
there's the
value, which is
quantity.
good for the Patriots. So.
That's true, too. And maybe, that would be the Jets' dream scenario if Allen goes first and they get Darnold, because I think the Giants take Barkley. I still agree with you that I don't know if that's the right move, but I think they're going to be sold on him. And he's a great player, but the running backs, how big and how valuable are they in the NFL these days? So lots to talk about. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and break down the Patriots draft. How do we see them going, keeping their picks, trading their picks? And we'll also make our Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.